Hi there, thanks for logging on. It's the 4th of October. Not a cloud in the sky across the entire broadcast area and hardly any cloud at all over the entire nation. It's an extraordinary satellite image at the moment. Incredibly dry, with the records getting broken left, right and centre as far as heat and dry weather is concerned, from Brisbane to Sydney right across the Alice. So what's going to occur? We've got another hot day, that's for sure. Look at that pool of hot air that is sitting over the nation at the moment. There's the peak of it at 4 p.m. Tomorrow, which will be Friday afternoon, the 5th. So the nation is dominated by hot air, and we can see it surging over the mountains. It's a little bit cooler across the higher ground, but very, very hot along the coast as well, with those westerlies pushing that hot air all the way to the water's edge. Let's take a look at the water's edge. In fact, where is that warm water? If you take a plunge into the ocean, you certainly know the difference. Water temperature, the East Australian current, there it is, surging down, but it's only clipping in around southeast Queensland, where it's 21, close to 22 degrees. But then the East Australian current is just getting drawn out into a big eddy there into the northern parts of the Tasman. So south of about Yamba down to about Port Macquarie, it's sitting at about 17, 18 degrees, which is still quite cool. And then south of Port Macquarie down to Newcastle, it's sitting at about 16, 17 degrees. So the ocean temperature, very, very cold, and you're really going to notice the difference over the next couple of days, because as we get into Friday, those northwesterlies continuing Friday, hot and dry again, and hardly any swell, very, very calm for surfers. Then we get into Saturday, there is a little trough line here, so we're going to see a little bit of a change, but it's not really going to penetrate north, really beyond Port Macquarie. It's still going to remain very, very warm to hot, and the same for the northwest. Then watch this little low form up here. As we get into Saturday, we're right on the northern edge of it, so it's not really going to affect us too much. So the run to the end of the school holidays is going to be predominantly fine, sunny, dry and hot. There are a couple of showers in the forecast for Newcastle, Hunter, up to about Port Macquarie, but not really expecting much, because this low will form will be right on the northern edge of it, so we'll see a little bit unfold. The big story in that, though, is the big pulse in swell. There's nothing on the beaches at the moment, but we'll see the waves increase into the early part of next week, just as the kids go back to school. But on the bright side, school holidays for New South Wales remaining fine, sunny, predominantly dry and hot all the way to the end. And we may have a couple of cold outbreaks during next week, so the cold temperatures aren't over just yet. So we'll keep you posted on that possible cold outbreak that is expected next week. But until then, we'll check back in next time you log on.